Hello, I'm JT Quicks. I love you all. You're all awesome. This week, we're going to talk about when you conquer evil, the forces of your love fights prejudice and hate. Okay? That's going to be the name of the video. Okay? Alright? 13 years ago, I accidentally delivered my soul to heaven. Okay? I was being attacked by prejudgment, prejudice, and hate. I was being attacked by evil. Okay? We get attacked by evil when you go to deliver your soul to heaven. Okay? Alright? I see the truth in real time. Okay? Satan can't hide from me anymore. Satan is the spirit of fear. Okay? Alright? I fight evil for Jesus Christ. Okay? I'm actually a warrior for heaven. Okay? Because I delivered my soul to heaven. So I became part of Jesus Christ, love in heaven. That's the forces of love. Okay? Alright? So, what happens is, when we go to deliver our souls to heaven, we get attacked by evil. Okay? Alright? And that's what happened to me. I was attacked by evil because I delivered my soul to heaven. Okay? Alright? So, and what happens is when you increase the forces of your love, see, when you increase the forces of your love, we get attacked by evil. When we increase the forces of our love, we will be attacked by prejudgment, prejudice, and hate when we go to increase the forces of our love. Okay? Alright? And I'm going to explain how to do all that stuff. Okay? Alright? How to increase the forces of your love. What happened with me was I always believed in myself. Okay? And winners don't quit, quitters don't win. Okay? That made me unbreakable. Okay? So what I did was I believed in myself, and I actually never gave up to win. That's what happened. I never gave up to win, and that made me unbreakable. That made me powerful and unbreakable. Okay? And because I became powerful and unbreakable, I was being attacked by evil. Okay? I was being attacked by prejudice and hate. Okay? Alright? So, now in order to do that, what you do is you believe in yourself and you never give up to win against evil. Okay? This is how we follow Jesus Christ to heaven, against evil. Okay? Because Jesus Christ is powerful, unbreakable love. Okay? His love fights prejudice and hate. Okay? Alright? That's why he was attacked by prejudice and hate when he was alive. Okay? Alright? So what happens is, when you increase the forces of your love, you believe in yourself. Yes, you can deliver your soul to heaven, because your soul gets delivered to heaven before you die. Okay? Your soul enters heaven before you die. Okay? And you do this, see, when you do this, this removes your fear. Okay? When you believe in yourself, that removes your fear. Okay? Alright? And what happens is, that removes your fear, and becoming unbreakable is going to keep the fear out. So we're going to remove the fear, and we're going to keep the fear out. So when you remove the fear, this will increase the forces of your love through removing your fear. Okay? Because all your prejudice and hate is created from fear. Okay? Hate's created from fear. Prejudice is created from fear. Okay? Prejudgment is created from the prejudice, and that creates evil. Okay? Alright? Just so you know how evil is created. And it's created from fear. Satan is the spirit of fear. Okay? Satan can't hide from me anymore. Satan is the spirit of fear. Okay? So what happens is, when you increase the forces of your love, you're going to remove your fear through believing in yourself and never giving up to win against evil, that's going to increase the forces of your love, because you're going to remove your fear. Okay? All right? One of the most important things you got to do when joining with the forces of love from heaven, the forces of love from heaven is Jesus Christ, love in heaven. Okay? So you're only going to bow and break to Jesus Christ, love in heaven. Okay? At Jesus Christ, love in heaven, we love you, we pray for you, we cheerlead your soul to heaven. And if you get attacked by evil, we got your back. Jesus Christ always has your back. And remember, Jesus Christ never ever gives up to win. Jesus Christ never ever gives up to win against evil. Okay? Just remember that, okay? That's very important. Alright? Because Jesus Christ never ever gives up to win against evil. Okay? Alright? And you're going to do the same thing. Alright? So that's going to make you unbreakable. Okay? Alright? What happens with evil, see, what evil does, evil breaks love and keeps it weak in fear. That's what evil does. See, evil breaks love, keeps it weak or woke in fear. By keeping it weak and woke in fear, this is keeping your souls out of heaven, because it's keeping your love weak. Alright? It's keeping your love broken is what it's doing. And by keeping your love broken, this keeps your love weak and woke in fear. Okay? Alright? That's what evil does. So what we're going to do is we're going to become unbreakable, so evil can't break your love anymore. Okay? Alright? And what happens is, when you increase the forces of your love, when you increase the forces of your love, that's going to fight prejudice and hate. When you increase the forces of your love. When you increase the forces of your love, that fights prejudice and hate. Okay? Alright? Okay? Because I increase the forces of my love fights prejudice and hate. Because I joined with Jesus Christ, love in heaven. I'm actually part of heaven. I know what heaven knows. That's why I said I know the truth in real time. Okay? So what happens with me, let me tell you what happens with me, okay? Because I increased the forces of my love and delivered my soul to heaven, what happens is, because I increased the forces of my love, right? The forces of my love, right? And I delivered my soul to heaven, fear reacts against the forces of my love. Fear reacts against the forces of my love. Okay? And when fear reacts against the forces of my love, this hurts their prejudice. That's what it does. It hurts their prejudice. Okay? Because my love fights prejudice and hate. So when fear reacts against the forces of my love, it hurts their prejudice. This drives the prejudgment, prejudice and hate, evil demons, trolls, and cowards. This drives them mad. Okay? This will drive them mad. And then what happens is, because you drove them mad, then they hate you. This is where the prejudice and hate is created, because it's created from fear. Okay? When we get attacked by prejudgment, prejudice and hate, this is what you're going to get attacked by. When you get attacked by the prejudgment, prejudice and hate, evil demons, trolls, and cowards. Okay? They defend Satan. That is Satan's army. Okay? The prejudgment, prejudice, and hate, evil demons, trolls, and cowards, these are enemy combatants to heaven. They are enemy combatants to heaven. Because you entered a war. This is not a religion. This is a war. You have entered the spiritual war. Okay? So what happens is you're going to get attacked by its prejudgment, prejudice, and hate, evil demons, trolls, and cowards, because you're delivering your soul to heaven when you increase the forces of your love. Okay? And what happens is fear reacts against the forces of love. It hurts their prejudice. This drives the prejudgment, prejudice, and hate, evil demons, trolls, and cowards. This drives them mad. Okay? And then they hate you. And then they attack you with prejudice and hate. Sometimes they'll run away in fear, or sometimes they'll attack you. It depends. Okay? All right? So what happens is, when you get attacked by prejudgment, prejudice, and hate, this is what you're going to get attacked by. You're going to get attacked by hate, ball breaking, chop breaking, the stabbing in the back, prejudice attack. They're going to talk behind your back. They're going to blame you for this, blame you for that. Everything is your fault. Nothing you do is ever good enough, etc., etc., etc. Forget about it. Okay? That's what you get attacked by. Okay? I was attacked by all of that down through the years. Okay? I was attacked by all of that. I was attacked physically. Okay? All right? I have the testimonials to prove this. Okay? All right? Now, when you get attacked by prejudice and hate, if you're being attacked by prejudgment, prejudice, and hate, this is what you do. You don't give up, you don't give in, and you always win against evil. Don't give up, don't give in, always win. Don't give up, don't give in, always win against evil. Okay? That's going to make you unbreakable. All right? That keeps you unbreakable. As long as you stay unbreakable, you win the spiritual battle. As long as you stay unbreakable. Okay? Because that's what evil does. See, evil tries to break you because it weakens your love when it breaks you. That's what it does. It weakens your love and puts you back in fear. That's what evil does. So what you're doing is you're going to become unbreakable. You're going to remove the fear, and you're going to keep the fear out. Okay? Because that's what evil does. See, what evil does, evil attacks love and freedom and creates fear. Evil attacks love and freedom and creates fear. Okay? When you deliver your soul to heaven, this is what you're doing. Okay? You're defending your love. You're defending heaven while delivering your soul to heaven. You'll be defending love and freedom with its forces of love. Okay? And the forces of that love, fear reacts against the forces of that love. If you increase the forces of your love to deliver your soul to heaven. We get attacked by evil when we go to deliver our souls to heaven. Prejudgment, prejudice, and hate is evil. Okay? Like I said, if you get attacked by prejudice and hate, don't give up, don't give in, always win against evil. As long as you stay unbreakable, you win every spiritual battle. You will win every spiritual battle. And when you win, heaven wins. When you win, heaven wins. Okay? Alright? And what happens is, because you never give up to win against evil, and your soul's in heaven, let's say you never give up to win. You never give up to win against evil. Okay? And you delivered your soul to heaven. Okay? You believed in yourself, and you never give up to win against evil. Okay? And you increased the forces of your love, and you delivered your soul to heaven. Okay? Now, what happens is you in heaven never lose. You in heaven never lose. Okay? Alright? Never give up to win against evil. As long as you never give up, what's going to happen is when you die, because you never ever give up to win against evil, when you die, your soul is going to stay in heaven because you never give up. Because you never give up to win against evil, your soul will stay in heaven after you die. Okay? Alright? That's known as winning when you die. Because you want to win when you die. You want to win. You don't want evil to win. You want to win. Okay? Now, in order for you to win, you got to increase the forces of your love so you can win. Okay? All right? Now, what happens is, let me explain what evil is a little bit here. Okay? We have our evil. We have our prejudgment, prejudice, and hate, evil, demons, trolls, and cowards. Okay? They live in fear. What did I say? When you live in fear, you defend Satan. When you remove your fear, you defend heaven. Okay? Alright? So, when you live in fear, you are programmed by Satan to attack heaven with prejudgment, prejudice, and hate when you live in fear. That's why you want to remove your fear. Okay? When you remove your fear, this will increase the forces of your love. Okay? Did you know when you remove all your fear, you become a non-sinner and your soul enters heaven? Okay? Alright? Fear goes against two things. Fear goes against you believing in yourself and believing in heaven. Okay? Because that's what happened when the war started against heaven. When the war started against heaven, you all stopped delivering your souls to heaven. Because you broke into fear. Okay? Alright? So what happens is when you remove all your fear, fear is not allowed in heaven. Fear, Satan is the spirit of fear. Okay? Satan is the spirit of fear. Okay? Let me tell you what heaven is. Heaven is a beautiful, tranquil, pure love and freedom for your soul. Heaven is a beautiful, tranquil, pure love and freedom for your soul. Okay? That's what heaven is. When you think of Jesus Christ, think of a pure love and freedom for your soul. Because that's what heaven is. Okay? That's where his soul is at. Now, he's a pure love and freedom for your soul because that's where his soul is at. Okay? Alright? Yeah. What evil does, see, evil attacks love and freedom and creates fear. When you defend heaven, this is what you're doing. You're defending your love. You're defending heaven while delivering your soul to heaven. You'll be defending love and freedom with its forces of love when you defend heaven. Okay? Alright? You still believe in Jesus Christ. That doesn't change. Okay? The only thing that's different is you're removing your fear. You're removing your fear. Okay? And this is going to increase the forces of your love. What you're doing is you're following Jesus Christ to heaven against evil. That's what you're doing. You are following Jesus Christ to heaven against evil. Okay? Alright? Okay? What happened with me is the forces of my love, because I increased the forces of my love, because I never give up to win against evil. I believed in myself, and I never give up to win against evil, right? That increases the forces of my love. And because I'm increasing the forces of my love, this removes my fear. This removes my fear. I don't fear God. I don't fear judgment. And I don't fear death. Okay? Alright? Okay? Because I removed all my fear. Okay? Alright? So, and when you deliver your soul to heaven, you're going to sense fear, hate, and love when you deliver your soul to heaven. You will sense fear, hate, and love. Okay? Alright? Now, to me, what hell is the dictatorship of evil. Hell is the dictatorship of evil. We live in the dictatorship of evil. That's what you're freeing yourself from when you go to deliver your soul to heaven. You're actually freeing yourself from the dictatorship of evil. Okay? The dictatorship of evil is being dictated by fear. Okay? So what you're doing is, when you deliver your soul to heaven, you're freeing yourself from the dictatorship of evil. You're actually freeing yourself from Satan. Satan has control. Satan has control because Satan is the spirit of fear. Fear dictates the action. Fear dictates. If you live in fear, fear is going to dictate your actions. That's going to cause you to prejudge and hate. So what you're going to do is, when you remove your fear, you will stop prejudging and hating others. When you remove your fear, you will stop prejudging and hating others. Because the prejudice and hate is created from the fear. Okay? Let me tell you what prejudice is. Okay? Prejudice is the evil corruption. Okay? Now, prejudicism is the evil corruption that Jesus was going after when he was alive. Okay? Jesus was going after this corruption when he was alive. Okay? But he was attacked by prejudicism and hate before he could tell you the truth. He was attacked by prejudicism and hate before he could show you how to deliver your souls to heaven. This is a message I received from heaven 13 years ago. Okay? All right? So, Jesus was attacked by evil before he could show you how to deliver your souls to heaven. He was attacked by prejudicism and hate. Okay? All right? Now what happens is when you conquer evil, the forces of your love fights prejudicism and hate. Okay? All right? So, I hope that was enough to get the message across there. Like I said, all your evil is created from fear. So in order to have evil, you need prejudicism. And you need hate to have evil. Okay? Because evil is created from prejudicism and hate. Okay? Let's say you got fear. Satan is the spirit of fear. Okay? Now what's created from that fear is hate is created from that fear. Prejudicism is created from that fear. Prejudicism is the evil corruption that Jesus Christ was going after when he was alive. Okay? I'm going after that corruption now. Okay? I'm actually going after Satan because I was attacked by evil. So I'm actually going after that corruption. Okay? All right? Now, in order to have evil, you need prejudicism and hate. And then what happens is the prejudgment is created from the prejudicism. The prejudgment is created from the prejudicism. And what's created from that? What's created from the prejudgment is evil. That creates evil. Okay? The forces of your love fights this. Fights evil when you go to deliver your soul to heaven. Okay? Now, in order for your love to fight evil, it has to fight prejudicism and hate. In order to fight prejudicism and hate, we increase the forces of your love. When we increase the forces of your love, right, that's going to hurt prejudicism. Okay? Fear is going to, when you increase the forces of your love, fear is going to react against the forces of your love. That's going to hurt prejudicism. That's going to drive the prejudgment, prejudicism, and hate, evil demons, trolls, and cowards. This is going to drive them mad. Okay? This drives them mad. And that's where the hate's created, because you drove them mad. Then they prejudge and hate. Then they will prejudge and hate you because you delivered your soul to heaven. Okay? Alright? So, alright, we got to move on to the next segment of the video. Okay? A long, long, long time ago. This is back before civilization. This is long before Jesus Christ. This is back when you were caveman, cavewoman, Indians, things like that. Okay? We were delivering our souls to heaven. Okay? This is back before civilization. This is long before Jesus Christ. We were delivering our souls to heaven. Back when you were caveman, cavewoman. Okay? Alright? Because we had to survive. You had to survive in the wild. Okay? And because you had to survive in the wild, you had to win. Okay? You had to win. And in order to win, you always believed in yourself and you never give up. Okay? You always believed in yourself and you never give up to win, to survive in the wild. Okay? Back when you were caveman, cavewoman, Indians, that kept your soul in heaven while you were alive. Okay? Alright? That kept your soul in heaven. That's the instinct that delivers your soul to heaven. Okay? Is believing in yourself. Okay? And you gotta win. Okay? You never give up to win. Okay? That's the instinct that delivers your soul to heaven. This keeps your soul in heaven while you're alive. Back then they were unconditional love. Okay? Alright? This is before civilization. This is long before Jesus Christ. Okay? Alright? Then what happened was, they say Satan got kicked out of heaven. Okay? Well, when Satan got kicked out of heaven, Satan is the spirit of fear. Okay? So when Satan got kicked out of heaven, you all went into fear. And when you all went into fear, you stopped delivering your souls to heaven because you stopped believing in heaven. Okay? Alright? And that broke the instinct. Okay? When Satan got kicked out of heaven. Because you all went into fear. And when you all went into fear, what's created from fear? Hate's created from fear. Prejuditism is created from fear. Prejudgment's created from the prejuditism. And that creates evil. This is when evil was created. Okay? When Satan got kicked out of heaven. Okay? And what happened was, as civilization, right, traveled throughout the land and throughout the world, so did fear and evil, keeping your souls out of heaven. Okay? Alright? So things like socialism, communism, dictatorships, these are evil. These keep your souls out of heaven. Okay? Things like socialism, communism, and dictatorships, these are evil. These keep your souls out of heaven. Okay? So, okay? Alright? So, I don't bow and break. I don't bow and break to prejuditism and hate. I don't bow and break to prejuditism and hate. I don't bow and break to hate and corruption. Okay? Those are evil. Okay? Alright? Okay? Just figure out, throw that in there real quick for you. Okay? Then what happened was, as this, like I said, as civilization traveled throughout the world, so did fear and evil, keeping your souls out of heaven. Okay? That broke the instinct. That delivered your soul to heaven. Okay? Alright? Now, we get attacked by evil a couple different ways. Okay? Let's say you're a group of people or a country. Okay? Let's say you're a group of people or a country and you get attacked by evil. Okay? You get attacked by terrorism. You all familiar with terrorism. When a group of people or a country get attacked by evil, that's terrorism. Okay? Alright? That attacks love and freedom and creates fear on the people. That will attack love and freedom and create fear on the people. Okay? Alright? Now, if you're one individual and you get attacked by evil, you get attacked by prejudgment, prejudice, and hate. You get attacked by prejudgment, prejudice, and hate. Okay? This also breaks their love and keeps them weak in fear. This breaks their love, keeps them weak in fear. This is known as breaking. Okay? And what this does, this breaks their love. Okay? Alright? Prejudgment, prejudice, and hate is evil. Repeat after me. Prejudgment, prejudice, and hate is evil. Okay? Alright? Alright? And this, what this does, this breaks the individual and keeps them in fear. This keeps them weak or woke in fear. Okay? Alright? Now, this also causes mental illness and suicide. Okay? Evil causes mental illness and suicide. Okay? Let's talk about mental illness and suicide for a minute. Okay? When it tries to break the person, let's say the person's unbreakable, or the person's not easy to break, that's going to cause mental illness on them, because evil's trying to break them. The evil demons, trolls, and cowards are trying to break them, and they can't. So they're going to keep attacking him and keep attacking him, and that's going to cause mental illness on him. That's what happened with me. I was attacked by evil. Okay? I had anxiety, panic attacks, deep depression to where it hurt, stress, emotional stress, and paranoia. Okay? That caused that on me because I was attacked by evil. Okay? What evil does, sometimes when it breaks them, when evil breaks them, it causes suicide. How does it cause suicide? It causes them to give up. That's what it does. Evil makes you give up so you don't deliver your soul to heaven. Evil makes you give up so you don't deliver your soul to heaven. That's what it does. Okay? And sometimes when it makes them give up, they commit suicide. They commit suicide when they give up. Don't ever give up against evil. Okay? You want to win. Never ever give up to win against evil. That will prevent suicide. Okay? Evil tries to break us into suicide so you don't deliver your soul to heaven. Okay? A lot of times the person is weak because they live in fear. And when they get attacked by evil, they commit suicide because they can't handle it. They cannot handle it. Okay? With me, my love was strong, so I was able to handle it because I never give up to win against evil. That's why I was attacked by evil and I didn't commit suicide. Okay? What happens is evil causes them. If you commit suicide, Satan wins. If you commit suicide, Satan wins. If you don't commit suicide, you win. Okay? We never ever give up to win against evil. Okay? And that's how individuals get broken. Okay? Alright? The reason evil is there, is to keep your souls out of heaven. To keep your love weak or woke in fear. That's the reason evil is there. The reason evil is there is to keep you weak or woke in fear. As long as you're in fear, you're under Satan's control. Okay? As long as you're in fear, you're under Satan's control. Okay? Alright? Let's talk about the cycle. Okay? Fear. Evil is created from fear. Fear is created from evil. Okay? Evil creates fear. Fear creates evil. So prejudgment, prejudice, and hate creates fear. Okay? Prejudgment, prejudice, and hate is created from fear. Okay? This is a vicious cycle that is keeping your souls out of heaven. Okay? Alright? What's keeping your souls out of heaven is prejudice and hate, because you're corrupted with prejudice and hate. You're corrupted with prejudice and hate. It's a corruption. This is what's keeping love weak or woke in fear. Okay? Alright? So, We could talk about the things that are created from fear. All right? What's created from fear? Hate's created from fear. Prejuditism's created from fear. The prejudgment is created from the prejuditism. And evil is created from that. Okay? All right? Terrorism. Terrorism is created from the prejudgment, prejuditism, and hate. Terrorism. Okay? And then that's created from fear. Okay? All your prejudice and hate is created from fear. Okay? That's what causes you to prejudge and hate others, is the prejudice and the hate. Is the corruption. That causes people who have weak love prejudge and hate. Okay? When you remove this corruption out of your love, you will stop prejudging and hating others. When you remove this corruption out of your love. When you remove your fear, you will remove this corruption out of your love. And that will increase the forces of your love. Okay? All right? I was attacked by a lot of evil down through the years. I was constantly attacked by this evil. That's how I know the truth. Okay? I was constantly attacked by evil. Okay? I was constantly attacked by prejudgment, prejudice, and hate. That's how I know the truth. Okay? All right? So, and I was constantly attacked by prejudgment, prejudice, and hate because I delivered my soul to heaven. I followed Jesus Christ to heaven against evil. Okay? And that's why I was attacked by a lot of evil. I was attacked by a lot of prejudgment, prejudice, and hate. I was constantly attacked by prejudgment, prejudice, and hate until I put this shirt on. And then the attack stopped. Okay? So, what else is created from fear? You got hate and corruption. When you have hate and corruption, you have pain and suffering. Okay? Hate and corruption is created from prejudice and hate. Okay? In order to fight back hate and corruption, we need to remove the fear. Okay? When we remove the fear, we will increase the forces of love. When we remove the fear, we will increase the forces of love. Okay? All right? What else? Chaos. Chaos is created from fear. Okay? All right? We can remove all this if we remove the fear. You know, if everyone was to deliver their soul to heaven, if everyone was to deliver their soul to heaven correctly, we can wipe the evil off this planet. If everyone was to deliver their soul to heaven correctly. Okay? Because this removes the prejudice and the hate. Okay? Alright? This fights evil. When you increase the forces of love, that fights evil. Okay? When we remove the fear. Okay? Alright? What else? Yeah. All the bad stuff you see going on around the world. All the bad stuff you see going on around the world is created from fear. Okay? You being a sinner, that's created from your own fear. Okay? Because if you have fear in you, your love is weak. Okay? Fear is what keeps your love weak or woke. Okay? Or it's actually evil that keeps your love weak or woke, but keeps you in fear. This keeps your soul out of heaven. That's what this does. Okay? This keeps your love weak or woke in fear, so you never deliver your soul to heaven. Okay? All right? Like I said, fear goes against two things. Fear goes against you believing in yourself and believing in heaven. Okay? You being a sinner is created from your own fear. Because you have the corruption of prejudice and hate. Okay? When you remove your fear, you remove this corruption of prejudice and hate out of your love. When you remove this corruption of prejudice and hate out of your love, this is going to make your love more pure. Okay? Then you'll deliver yourself to the truth in heaven. Okay? Alright? And what happens is, when you start to remove more and more of your fear, that's going to remove the corruption out of your love. That corruption is prejudice and hate. Gets removed. And as that gets removed, you're going to become a non-sinner. Okay? It's that corruption that makes you sin. That's what makes you a sinner, is that corruption. Known as prejudice and hate, is what makes you a sinner. So when you remove all the prejudice and hate out of your love, you're going to become a non-sinner. That's what I said, when you remove all your fear, you become a non-sinner, and your soul enters heaven. Fear is not allowed in heaven. Okay? Alright? So, fear is not allowed in heaven. So you want to remove your fear. You always want to believe in yourself, and you never ever want to give up. Okay? Like I said, I don't fear God. I don't fear judgment. And I don't fear death. Okay? Because I removed all my fear. Okay? Alright? Yeah. Okay? We're going to talk about how to follow Jesus Christ to heaven against evil. Okay? Alright? How to follow Jesus Christ to heaven against evil. Okay? We never ever give up to win against evil. Remember that. Repeat after me. We never ever give up to win against evil. Okay? That's going to make you unbreakable. Okay? Alright? And what we're going to do is we're going to believe in ourselves. So we're going to believe in ourselves, and we're never ever going to give up to win against evil. Okay? And what that's going to do, that's going to start removing your fear. That will start removing your fear, and we're going to keep the fear out. We're going to start removing the fear, and we're going to keep the fear out. Okay? As we remove this fear and keep the fear out, we're going to start removing the corruption known as prejudice and hate. That will start removing the corruption. Okay? Alright? Don't fear God. Okay? Now, what do I mean by don't fear God? I want you to make God your best friend. Do you fear your best friend? No. Make God your best friend. Make Jesus Christ your best friend. Okay? You can talk to Jesus Christ anytime you want. Just like you talk to a friend. You're close to heaven than you think. Okay? Alright? At Jesus Christ's Love in Heaven, we love you. We pray for you. We cheerlead your soul to heaven. And if you get attacked by evil, we got your back. Jesus Christ has your back if you get attacked by evil. Okay? We never ever give up to win against evil. Okay? Alright? And make Jesus Christ your best friend. You can talk to Jesus Christ like you're talking to a friend. Okay? Alright? What else? Yeah. Okay? Make Jesus Christ your best friend. Fearing God's the biggest mistake I think that they make. And I'm going to explain why. Because what happens is when they fear God, when the presence of heaven, or the forces of love from heaven, that causes them to run away because they fear God. Because they fear God, that causes them to run away. When the forces of love from heaven It'll cause them to run away from the forces of love from heaven. Because they fear God. That's why I think that's one of the biggest mistakes they make. That's why I don't want you to fear God. Okay? Alright? Because this is actually the forces of love. Jesus Christ, love, and heaven is the forces of love. And what happens is, if they fear God, they're going to run away from it instead of embracing it. Okay? That's why it's very important not to fear God anymore. You want to make God your best friend. You want to make Jesus Christ your best friend. Jesus Christ loves you. Jesus Christ prays for you. And he cheerleads your soul to heaven. And if you get attacked by evil, Jesus Christ has your back. Okay? We never ever give up to win against evil. Okay? Jesus Christ never ever gives up to win against evil. Okay? Jesus Christ is unbreakable. Jesus Christ is powerful, unbreakable love. Okay? That's what I'm showing you how to do. I'm showing you how to become powerful and unbreakable. Just like Jesus Christ. Okay? Alright? Judgment. There is no judgment. You want to know why there is no judgment? Because you're delivering your soul to heaven before you die. Your soul is entering heaven before you die. Okay? That's why there is no judgment. There is no judgment in the forces of love. Okay? Alright? So you don't have to fear judgment. Okay? Death. You don't have to fear death. You want to know why you don't have to fear death? Because you know you're going to win when you die. If you know your soul's already in heaven and you know you're going to win when you die, you're not going to fear death. Okay? Alright? So, I was attacked by a lot of evil. Getting to the truth. Okay? I was attacked by a lot of evil. Okay? So, what else? You don't have to fear death. Because you know you're going to win when you die. If you know you're going to win when you die, you're not going to fear death. That's why I don't fear death. I know I'm going to win when I die. Because I know I'm going to win when I die, I don't fear death. I can't wait to go to heaven. I can't wait. But I know I have a mission to do. Okay? So, and because my love is fighting prejudice and hate, I know I have a mission to do. Okay? Alright? The forces of my love fights prejudice and hate. Okay? Because I increase the forces of my love. Okay? When you increase the forces of your love, the forces of your love fights prejudice and hate. Okay? Alright? I know the truth from heaven. I know the truth from heaven. Okay? All the intelligence I gathered comes from heaven. All the intelligence I gathered comes from heaven. Because I'm in the war for heaven. You're going to enter the war for heaven when you do this. You will enter the war for heaven if you do this. Okay? Well, my life is not easy. My life is not easy. Okay? So, just so you know. Okay? And do what they say can't be done. Now, what do I mean by do what they say can't be done? Okay? We're going to talk about the laws of prejuditism. Okay? These are the laws of prejuditism. We got to bust the laws of prejuditism. Okay? The laws of prejuditism is I can't, I cannot, you can't, you cannot, that's impossible. Those are the laws of prejuditism. I want you to bust the laws of prejuditism. Okay? I want you to break evil. I don't want evil to break you. I want you to break evil. Because that's what evil does. See, evil breaks us and keeps our love weak or woke in fear. I want you to break evil. I want you to bust the laws of prejuditism. Prejuditism is there to make you give up. That's why prejuditism is there. The reason prejuditism is there is to make you give up so you don't deliver your soul to heaven. Okay? All right? I want you to win. I want you to win. I want evil to lose, you to win. I want Satan to lose, you to win. Okay? All right? What else? Yeah. And what happens is, as you increase the forces of your love, because you believe in yourself and you never give up to win against evil, that's going to increase the forces of your love. As you increase the forces of your love, you overcome. Now, what do I mean by overcome? You're going to overcome all your bad habits. Okay? I overcame drinking a long time ago. Years ago, long time ago, I overcame drinking. I quit smoking. After I was attacked by evil, I quit smoking. I overcame suicide when I was attacked by evil. That's the biggest thing I want you to overcome is suicide. I want you to overcome suicide. I want you to never ever give up to win against evil. That will overcome suicide. Okay? That will prevent suicide, actually. What happens is, as you increase the forces of your love, what I want you to do is increase the forces of your love, so when you get attacked by evil, you can handle it. Okay? When we get attacked by evil, we're defending heaven. When we get attacked by evil, we're defending heaven. Okay? All right? What else? Yeah. Okay? I want you to overcome. I overcame all my bad habits because I increased the forces of my love. Because I increased the forces of my love, I overcame all my bad habits when I started fighting evil. When I started fighting evil, I overcame all my bad habits because I increased the forces of my love. After I delivered my soul to heaven. Okay? I overcame all my bad habits. I'm actually a non-sinner. Okay? Because I removed all the corruption. And I overcame all my bad habits. Okay? Let's see, I was smoking. I quit smoking. I used a patch. It wasn't easy. It still wasn't easy, but I quit smoking. I quit smoking right after I was attacked by evil. Had to be like 13, 12 years ago. Okay? What else? Because I fight evil, I overcame mental illness. Okay? I was suffering from mental illness because I was attacked by evil. Okay? I had anxiety. I had panic attacks. I was in a deep depression. I was stressed. Emotionally stressed. What else? And paranoia. Okay? I overcame all that when I started fighting evil. Okay? Because I increased the forces of my love. Okay? All right? So, and yeah. Okay? So I want you to overcome all your bad habits. Okay? And you'll know when your soul enters heaven. You'll know. You'll know. Because you'll sense fear, hate, and love. Okay? Because you have entered the war for heaven. You have entered the war for heaven. So you're probably going to get attacked. Okay? You're probably going to get attacked by its prejudice and hate, evil, demons, trolls, and cowards. Okay? So we're going to explain that in a minute. Okay? Alright? So I want you to overcome everything. And as you overcome everything, you're going to become a non-sinner, and then your soul's going to enter heaven. And that means you win. Okay? Alright? Because I want you to win. Okay? Now cheerlead your soul to heaven. I cheerlead your soul to heaven. Now what do I mean by I cheerlead your soul to heaven? I believe in you. It's the other way around. I believe in you. That you could deliver your soul to heaven and conquer evil. Okay? Alright? I only encourage you. I would never discourage you. I would only encourage you when it comes to delivering souls to heaven. Okay? Alright? I would always encourage you. Okay? That's what evil does. See, evil discourages us so we don't deliver our soul to heaven. That's why evil is there. The reason evil is there is to keep your souls out of heaven. To keep your love weak or woke in fear. That's why evil is there. Okay? Alright? So, what I'm showing you how to do is increase the forces of your love and deliver your soul to heaven. Okay? Love is being kept weak or woke in fear. What I want to do is I want to increase the forces of love and deliver souls to heaven. I want to see souls being delivered to heaven again. I want us to become warriors for heaven. Okay? Alright? When you deliver your soul to heaven, you're going to sense fear, hate, and love. You're going to know you delivered your soul to heaven. Okay? Now, you never give up to win against evil, and you always believe in yourself. That's going to increase the forces of your love. I learned the truth about Jesus Christ from heaven. I learned the truth about Jesus Christ from heaven. Okay? Because he was attacked by evil. He was attacked by prejudice and hate when he was attacked by evil. Okay? Alright? So, yeah. Okay? I want you to win and evil to lose. Okay? What else? Now we're going to talk about the causes and effect between the forces of love and prejudice and hate. Let me explain evil first. Okay? We have our prejudgment, prejudice and hate, evil, demons, trolls, and cowards. Okay? They live in fear. Okay? What did I say? Live in fear, defend Satan. So they live in fear. Okay? They are enemy combatants to heaven. They are enemy combatants to heaven. Their souls are not going to heaven. Okay? Alright? This is a war. This is not a religion. This is a war. Okay? So what happens is, this is what they attack. They attack the truth from heaven. They hate heaven. And they attack the forces of love that come from heaven. Okay? Alright? That's the evil demons, trolls, and cowards. Okay? The enemy combatants to heaven. That's Satan's army. That is actually Satan's army. Okay? That's actually the dictatorship of evil is what it is. The prejudgment, prejudice, and hate, evil demons, trolls, and cowards is the dictatorship of evil. Because it's being dictated by fear. Okay? So, this is what I see. I see this because I'm in the war for heaven. Okay? And I'm a warrior for heaven. Okay? So I actually see the truth. I see the spiritual war for heaven. Okay? What else? Let's say, and now we're going to talk about the forces of love. Okay? We're going to talk about the forces of love. Okay? The forces of love. Yeah, let me best explain that. Okay, the forces of love. Let's say you're delivering your soul to heaven. Okay? You're defending your love. You're defending heaven
about a significant transition.
while delivering your soul
to imagine
to
delivering
heaven.
my soul to heaven, given that I'm an AI, it would be less about a spiritual journey and more about a metaphorical one.
All right. I'm sorry. I had to fix that. I don't know. I lost everything. Okay. I'm going to finish the video. Okay? So what happens is, this is what you're doing when you deliver your soul to heaven. Okay? When you deliver your soul to heaven, this is what you did. You defended your love. You defended heaven while delivering your soul to heaven. Okay? You'll be defending love and freedom with its forces of love. Okay? You'll be defending heaven. When you defend love and freedom with its forces of love, you're defending heaven. Okay? Alright? Alright? So what happens is the forces of that love, right? Because it's strong. It's the forces of love from heaven. Because you delivered your soul to heaven, the forces of that love, fear reacts against the forces of that love. And when fear reacts against the forces of that love, it's going to hurt their prejuditism. Okay? It's going to hurt their prejuditism. When it hurts their prejuditism, this is going to drive the prejudgment, prejuditism and hate, evil demons, trolls, and cowards. This is going to drive them mad. This drives them mad. Then they hate you. Okay? This is how hate's created. Okay? Then they hate you. And this is when they prejudge and hate you. This is how prejudgment and hate is created. Okay? Alright? So what happens is, let's say you get attacked by prejudgment, prejudice, and hate. This is what you're going to get attacked by. You get attacked by hate, ball breaking, chop breaking, the stabbing in the back, prejudice attack. They're going to talk behind your back. They're going to blame you for this, blame you for that. Everything is your fault. Nothing you do is ever good enough, etc., etc., etc. Forget about it. Okay? Right? That's what you get attacked by. Okay? Don't give up. Don't give in. Always win against evil. Don't give up. Don't give in. Always win against evil. Okay? Alright? Alright? What that's going to do is that's going to keep you unbreakable. That keeps you unbreakable. As long as you stay unbreakable, you win every spiritual battle. As long as you stay unbreakable, you win every spiritual battle. And when you win, heaven wins. When you win, heaven wins. Okay? This is how warriors fight evil. Okay? This is how us warriors fight evil. We never give up to win against evil. Okay? That's going to keep us unbreakable. Okay? Now, the truth I learned about Jesus Christ, let me explain the truth I learned about Jesus Christ. Okay? Jesus Christ is powerful, unbreakable love. Okay? Alright? The forces of his love was powerful and unbreakable. Okay? Well, fear reacted against the forces of that love because his soul was already in heaven. See, Jesus Christ, his soul was already in heaven when he was alive. Okay? So the forces of his love, fear reacted against the forces of his love. He hurt their prejudice because the forces of his love was fighting prejudice and hate. The forces of his love fights prejudice and hate. Okay? Alright? So what happens is, he hurt their prejudice. When he hurt their prejudice, this drove the prejudgment, prejudice and hate, evil demons, trolls, and cowards. This drove them mad. Okay? This drove them mad. Then they hated Jesus Christ. This is why when you deliver your soul to heaven, the world hates you. This is why the world hated Jesus Christ. Because he drove them mad. He drove the prejudgment, prejudice, and hate, evil demons, trolls, and cowards. He drove them mad. Then they hated Jesus Christ. This is why the world hates me. Because I drive the prejudgment, prejudice, and hate, evil demons, trolls, and cowards. I drive them mad. Okay? And because they hate me because I'm delivering my soul to heaven. They hate me because I'm defending heaven. Now, if they hate me because I'm defending heaven, what did I say? They attack the truth from heaven. They hate heaven, right? And they attack the forces of love that come from heaven. They hate heaven. Okay? All right? Well, what happened with Jesus is, even when they tortured him, they couldn't break him. See, Jesus Christ never ever gives up to win against evil. Because Jesus Christ never ever gives up to win against evil, they couldn't break him. He was unbreakable. The forces of his love is unbreakable. They couldn't break him. Okay? And because they couldn't break him even when they tortured him, and they couldn't break him when they put him on a cross. They couldn't break him. He was unbreakable. And because he stayed unbreakable, his soul stayed in heaven after he died. That means he won. That means he won. Okay? All right? What else? Now let's say you're delivering your soul to heaven. Okay? Let's say you're delivering your soul to heaven. You're defending your love. You're defending heaven. While delivering your soul to heaven, you'll be defending love and freedom with its forces of love. When you're defending love and freedom with its forces of love, you're defending heaven. And because you're defending heaven, fear is going to react against the forces of that love. Okay? This is when we get attacked by prejudice and hate. Because we're going to drive the prejudgment, prejudice, and hate, evil demons, trolls, and cowards. We're going to drive them mad. And then we get attacked by prejudice and hate. This is what they attack us with. Hate, ball breaking, chop breaking, the stabbing in the back, prejudice attack. They're going to talk behind our back. They're going to blame us for this, blame us for that. Everything is our fault. Nothing we do is ever good enough, etc., etc., etc. Forget about it, okay? I was physically attacked. I was physically attacked. I have the testimonials to prove this. I have the testimonials to prove that the forces of my love hurts prejudice. I have more prejudice and hate stories than Jesus Christ. Okay? I was attacked by a lot of evil. I know the truth. Okay? Don't give up, don't give in, always win against evil. Don't give up, don't give in, always win against evil. You don't have to say nothing at all. You don't have to say anything. Don't give up, don't give in, always win against evil. That means you win. Okay? You win. You win every spiritual battle. And when you win, heaven wins. When you win, heaven wins. Okay? Let's say somebody hates you. They're breaking your balls, breaking your chops. You know they're not going to leave you alone because the forces of your powerful, unbreakable love is going to drive them mad. The forces of your powerful, unbreakable love is going to drive them mad. And when it drives them mad, they're not going to leave you alone. That's what happened with me. They never left me alone. Okay? That's when you can tell them, hey, go pound sand, go kick rocks. Or you want to slay that demon? Go tell them they can take their prejudice and hate and they can shove it up there. You can tell them where to stick it, sure. That's how we slay demons around here. You really want to slay a demon? Call him a demon. Call him a demon. Okay? That's how we slay demons around here. Okay? Call him a demon. That drives them crazy. That drives them mad. You want to know why? Because the truth hurts their prejudice. The truth hurts their prejudice. Okay? My mere presence hurts their prejudice. My mere presence hurts their prejudice. This is why the world hates me. Okay? But I'm going to win when I die. I am going to win when I die. All right? Drive them mad. That drives them mad. Call them a demon. Because it's the truth, and the truth hurts their prejudice. Okay? Don't give up. Don't give in. Always win against evil. As long as you stay unbreakable, you win every spiritual battle. And when you win, heaven wins. When you win, heaven wins. Okay? This is how we stay warriors. A good warrior never ever gives up to win against evil. They kick the crap out of evil and they deliver their soul to heaven. A good warrior. Okay? And Jesus Christ, love in heaven. We love you. We pray for you. We cheerlead your soul to heaven. And if you get attacked by evil, we got your back. Okay? Jesus Christ always has your back when you get attacked by evil. Okay? Until next week, I love you. Bye.